Hello and welcome back to Chapter 3 of StarTropics. So there's a few different things we can do right now. I mean, really there's only one, but we could go directly to what we need to do. However, just to set the stage a little bit, let's look around. So we know we want to get to the mountain where the hermit is, which seems to be across this pathway, but we appear to be blocked by this large pool of water, and of course, as we know, Mike is completely incapable of swimming, so that won't work. Suppose we'll need to get some help. Maybe we will find something at this castle. Let's see. Let's just try to go in. What does she say? I am a she-guard of Shecola. Get out of here. What is this? Why can't we go in? Some say a queen of peerless beauty lives in this castle of Shecola, but only women may enter the castle. Seek help in the fortune teller's camp. Fair enough. Now, obviously you have no idea where the fortune teller's camp is, and it'd probably be easy to not think about going up this way, but what we need to do is wrap all the way around the outside of the castle to the back and head down this staircase where the, quote, camp is. I'm a fortune teller. Sorry, but I can't help you. I dropped my crystal ball into a pond at Ghost Village. Well, now we have a few different things that we would like to try and do. How we're going to do any of them, I'm not certain. So we have one last pathway to travel, and it's not one that's obvious to us, but clearly there's a little entrance in this mountain here, and if we continue up, there is a secret pathway. And if we head down this staircase, we will find another big heart to increase our overall health pool, which is appreciated. And then we can continue this way, up, and all the way around to what is either a hut or small village, and is in fact the aforementioned Ghost Village. Here's a pond. How we're going to find a crystal ball in it, I'm not sure, but I do see a grave here which is colored differently from any others, which tells me there's something going on. And as we step on, we enter the, ghost dungeon. So, obviously going to have some ghostly enemies in one way or another. We have these skeleton dogs. Kill all of them, and we'll open this door. Now, there's a very interesting twist to this dungeon. First of all, it's really very long. Much, much longer than anything we've done so far. But also, we have a number of false pathways here, including false exits that we get locked into, like this one. Normally, I would try not to actually show this, because I don't like wasting the time, but it's a pretty brief section. It was just really one room, so I don't mind just showing it and continuing on. But there are a few of those. Now, one thing I like is that they do give you heart refills in them. So, at the very least, if you're going to have to go through the dungeon again, at least you get a little of your health back if you've been struggling. Now, this time, let's follow the much more useful southern path. Take out Puppy 1 and Puppy 2, and then we can open the door by stepping on this button. And as we go into the next room, we want to make sure that we jump over that water pit there instead of walking around. And even though we're never actually going to see them, the reason is because there's a couple of ghosts floating in this room. And we could come back and look at them, but I don't feel like it. It's just not worthwhile. Here we have some mummy enemies that are pretty typical of video game mummies. They're slow and ponderous, but strong, a lot of health, so they take a lot of hits. The big threat from them comes if you allow them to stack on top of each other, because then your hits will no longer stun them quickly or long enough to be able to take them out before they get to you. Now this, I pretty much always just call like the magic scepter, but in reality is, I think, called the Rod of Sight. And what is it going to allow us to see but ghosts? So, not only does it allow us to see the ghosts, we also cannot hurt... Wow, that was weird. We also can't hurt the ghosts without the rod being used in a given room, which is a little bit annoying, but not too problematic. So, take those guys out just to open the pathway, really. I don't want to be in this line. Here we go. Now, in this room, we obviously have an exit to the south there, but it is not an exit that we want to take, because that leads us to a false exit. What we want is to click on that button, walk through this wall, and then use another Rod of Sight. We don't actually have to. We could just walk south, but I want to open this wall. Now, I don't actually need it because my health is full right now, but in here, there's some hearts that we can use to refill our health. So, what we are going to do is head down this way to what appears to be a false exit. But you'll notice two things. One, there's no heart refill here, and in the other ones, the music changes. In here, it stays the same. The reason for that is because if you look at the wall here, there's just that little bit of dark shadow telling us that there's a secret path here. Now, we could also skip this, but I'm not going to. We're going to use another Rod of Sight and take out the ghosts here. Let's jump across that. Take out all of these guys. This, unfortunately, is one way. So when we go through here and take out this ghost, we can't go back through. We'll have to go back all the way around. Isn't that problematic? That's a little annoying. You'll notice that when you open doors by stepping on buttons, if you leave the room, the door closes again, but when you explode walls, they will stay open. So we travel down here, we get some more health that we can use to refill, or more hearts we can use to refill your health, however you want to phrase it. Now, continuing onward and upward, we will crack open this door, head into this little fairly meaningless room. Not too problematic, so long as you keep moving. You shouldn't really have too much of a risk of getting hit by the cannon unless it catches you in a jump or fires way faster than I thought it was going to. But that's not a problem, as you will see shortly. So, we have this dark room here, and we actually could just kind of go straight across and not bother, but we're going to go down south here because there's a couple of things that we want. 3, in fact. So step 1, we have to find the master mummy of this room. This is one of the rooms where you don't have to kill every enemy. Oop, there you go, see? Let them get stacked. You don't have to kill every enemy, you just have to kill the main one. But which one it is, I don't know. And of course it's the 4th one. Why wouldn't it be? Alright, with him taken out, open this pathway. And there are 2 secrets in this room. One that's probably more important is this lantern, which is another magical item. But we also want to use another Rod of Sight to find these ghosts here. And when we take care of them, open up this pathway, where we have a little bit of health refill to make up for what we lost along the journey, and a health potion, which is even better. Alright. And then we can just leave. Gotta be cautious in this room, because these enemies will be back. Shouldn't really cause that much of a problem, but you never know. And the lights will go back out, which is fine. We don't really need to deal with the bats. We're going to go through a secret tunnel here, grab this, and then we can use our lantern, light things up. It lights things for a pretty brief period of time, but it's usually long enough to get everything planned out. So let's head up here, come across, and then we have a disappearing platform, which you could do just by sound, but I would much rather just do it by sight. Right. I probably should have moved a little faster, but we got plenty of lanterns, so whatever. And now we don't really need to see anymore. Good. In here, we have an interesting new enemy, which you could face head-to-head, and we will in some other screens, but It's a little bit easier while you have the ability to just try and go head down there. Now here, we have what's playing boss music. But all we have to do is step on that button to open this pathway, although it's actually a trick. There's nothing over here that's of any benefit to us. And we can try it. That wasn't fast enough. There we go. Open this path here. Oh, wow. Terrible. Terribly done. Anyway, so what we actually want to do, we don't have to deal with these, fire-throwing cannons or these mummies. Wow, what am I doing? Or these mummies at all. All we actually have to do is just run up to the top of the screen. And we're free. Take that guy out. And now, if we come up here, a little secret stopwatch. Make the mummies a little bit easier. Continue on. I don't remember if we can get extra hearts by jumping on any of these. Probably not. But we'll try. One of these will be the door, button to open the door, of course. There we go. And so we enter this room, which I don't really need to do this yet. Actually, yeah, we'll just continue and go this way for now. We're going to be coming back, but... So, we have another one of these fake rooms, of course. It's the theme of the dungeon. Oh, I didn't think it was going to come so quickly. I do like to have the extra rods of sight. It feels weird to say that in the plural. I suppose it's a little weird to say it even normally. But you don't actually have to go there. So, continue this way, and again, we're going to use this just so we can take the ghosts out and open a path. Fairly certain that there's nothing we need from stepping on those, so I won't bother. Take care of you. Ah, number 5. Get a little bit of health back. Nice. We do want these mirrors, because we need to use them to fight these little Wizrobe guys to bounce their attacks back at them. I know that the mirrors have an actual name. I don't remember what it is. You know, it's the mirror of something. It's not that hard to time it, but you do actually have to use it earlier than you expect, but it lasts a lot longer than you probably expect. Here, we just want to try and thin this herd as quickly as we can, while trying to protect ourselves as best as possible. That is not a situation we want to deal with them stacked up. But you on your own, very much a fan of. Okay. Beautiful. And we got these bolos. Step here, we can open a door, but if we use this, we see a little hidden ghosty who opens a nice pathway for us. Get a little health boost before we move on. We are finally approaching the end here. Not quite there, but we are just on the cusp. So, head down this way. And I'm going to try and take out these skulls first so that they're not in my way. Luckily, the little wizard guys don't really move once they're in place. They just fire. Alright. There we go. And is there one more? There we go. Come on, line up with me. Or not. again, I don't remember if there's anything in here. There we go. So obviously we don't need those because we have plenty, but you do need them in the next room because as we come in, you see it's a totally empty room, except, no it's not. Use the rod there and uncover the boss of this stage, who I think is actually called Maxi. Why he's called Maxi, I have no clue whatsoever, but that's its name. So we do want to use the bolos here to help us get some range. He will fire ghosts at us, which I think is rude. Usually doesn't provide too much difficulty, and with the health refill, we really should be able to take care of things, but we'll see. Oops. Alright, just keep moving. Yeah, just kind of stay on your toes. Pretty soon, he'll start moving very quickly, and then he just needs like 1 or 2 more hits to go down. Probably should just fire a lot more. There we go. But feels nicer to hit it when you earn it more than just rapid fire. But that will take care of Maxi. Provide ourselves with an exit. And just in case, why don't we just refill our health since we're going to lose all these things shortly anyway. Alright. And we want to jump on this button a few times. And all of this water will come pouring in, which of course is from the lake that is currently housing the crystal ball that we need. Now, how they, knew that they were going to need to install some system to drain the lake, I don't know, but it worked out for us, so I'll take it. Hey, we've done it. Yes, give us the points. Alright, so, look, the pond is dried up. We will collect our crystal ball. You've got the crystal ball. Wonderful. And then I think we will just exit the village and end things there. When we come back, we'll see where we're going to go from here. But for now, hopefully you enjoyed it. And until next time, see you.